Alive. Yes, I'm live. I'm live and living color. Got one in the house. Hey, Willow. Hadn't seen you in a while, dear. I was just sitting here doing nothing. Thought I'd go on and do a live stream. I didn't do one last night like I usually do. How you doing? Is it snowing? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'll tell you what, it was 40 degrees this morning. I can't handle that. I went outside once, but boy, I'm telling you, I guess I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff on the vine out there. I got tomatoes on the vine, eggplants on the vine, cabbage, uh, carrots. But it's 40 degrees. That's getting close to a temperature where we could get some frost, and I don't want that. Boy, I need a shave. My Did I show you my new camera? Did you see my new camera, Willem? My daughter got it for me. It's a GoPro 9, and it's working out great. I love it. Got somebody else on the porch. Come on in. Oh, it's Troy. Hey, Troy. How you doing, sir? Almost Christmas. Almost the end of the year. I made New Year's resolutions last year and I didn't keep any of them. So I don't think I'm even going to make none this year. But it's sure been cold. But I got a lot of stuff out there in the garden that if I could just get another month of warm weather, I'd be able to harvest that stuff. But if it keeps on going like it's going, I don't know about. But I'm gonna take them eggplants off tomorrow. Uh, and my tomatoes are not ready to come off. And I guess we had Christmas today. I don't know why she decided to do that. And she spent, I don't know what she spent for that thing, but I'm thinking it was upwards of $1,000 for a new computer and what do you call that thing where they put the garbage on? It's kind of a reality thing, you know. And he's been in there messing with that all day. And of course, one of my presents was this GoPro. Another one of my presents, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. No, that's not. Is that it? Nope, I don't see it. Probably over there on my bed. Pair of bedroom shoes uh, from Donovan or from Jaden, and Donovan got me this thing. I'm not sure. Well, I know how to use it, but I'm not sure how I'm going to use it. Let me show you what I like about it. Let's see, does that go in there? Let me plug this thing in. I can't tell. Hold on a minute. I want to show you. It's got some neat stuff. I guess I got to do it the other way. There it is. Now, let me see. It's supposed to help me make better my live streams better or something to that effect. I don't know. It's one of them ring lights that, but it does different. It does that number. So I don't know. It does different colors, but I'm not really into. I'm not really. I don't know. And it does another thing like that, but it goes on a tripod, and your camera, it'll hold your camera right in the ring there. And let me turn that thing off. That's hurting my eyes. No, that did. I know how to turn it off. I'll just unplug it. I'll figure something out on it though. And what else did I get? Oh, I got a $10 gift card from somebody, and I don't know who it is. But it was one of my subscribers. It had to be. So I don't know. Come in the mail. And don't got no return address on it, but they made some comments about it, so I know if somebody's watching my videos. Now, who else is in here that I hadn't? There's Lisa. Hey, Lisa. How you doing, dear? And I was, wait a minute. Who is May? All right, May Tabalina. Maybe it's morning where you're at, but right now it's evening here. Are you new to the channel, Tabalina? May? I got a niece named May. My brother's, let's see, she would be his second daughter. He has five children, and they're all girls. And her name is Maylin Pearson. Well, I don't know what her married name is. I hadn't seen her in years. I can see to type again. Merry Christmas to everybody. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, all I can say is happy holidays. Those ring lights are fantastic. Well, this one here, this one comes from Donovan. And I got a couple of things in the mail, cards, a couple of cards, and then got that $10 gift card. And I'll tell you what, I am so happy to get this GoPro because it spoiled me. You know, I don't like having to push buttons to make it record and stuff. So, and that's the GoPro, you know, it's voice command. I can make it voice command or the other way. Hey, Marty, how you doing, sir? So glad to see you. How you doing? Oh, boy. I've been eating oranges. I guess I probably eat 10 oranges today. My daughter went out back. She picked a bunch of those I can't get to. I don't know how we're going to get those from the top. Actually, we need a ladder. But my daughter would have to do it. May, what? Did you, did you tell May, that, let's see, did you say whether you're new to the channel or not? I don't recall the name, but so glad you're here. Uh, Marty, I'd like to have a private chat with you and your family sometime around Christmas if you want to. You too, Troy, if you want to. Yes, it has, Marty. I'm see you're not getting out much like you was. Uh, I ain't been getting out either. I don't do it when it's cold. And boy, this morning's the coldest it's been, 40 degrees. And I guess what the temperature, I don't know what the temperature has to be for it to frost, but it sure, I mean, I was out there when my daughter was picking oranges. I noticed I could see my breath uh, coming out. Uh, yeah, new to attend here. Well, thank you so much, dear. And if you will, please subscribe. And Normally, I do a live video on Monday. I call that Blue Monday. Then I do one on Wednesday. I call that Hump Days Live. And then I do one on Saturday, which started out as live at 5, but uh, a lot of other people that watch my channel watches somebody else, and they usually do their lives around 5 or 6 o'clock. So I may change that. I'm going to start having one in the morning Eastern time so that some of the people in Europe can watch, because if I do around 5, 6, or 7, it's pretty late in the evening in Germany and in the UK. And I think it's a bad time for them too in Australia. I hadn't talked to many of them. I catch one, Tanya's World. Uh, she's in Australia. She's the one that sent me that beautiful little clock, an Australian souvenir. But hopefully, hopefully I can. I got a couple of things I'm doing. I hadn't posted them. I've been working on these videos, and I've got to get my editing straightened out. I got to figure out how to use that software I've got for video editing. I use something that's really old school. Uh, let's see. It's Windows Movie Maker. They don't even support. It's obsolete. That's the only thing I could wrap my brain around to do. I've got tried several others. I've tried that one that Marty uses on Crazy Family Tube. His left shoulder and arm has been hurting to know for around a week. Um, Something I was wanting to ask Lisa. What was it? I was telling her about. I can't believe that compost, when I put it in a bucket and I put some of that accelerator on it, that stuff's pretty much composted down in 30 days. I didn't know it would do it that fast. So if my daughter don't get me some of them buckets from Walmart pretty soon, they're freebies. I'm gonna have to buy buckets. I need about 10 buckets. I've only got 3, and that way I won't have to dump any on the ground, because if I'll do it. It doesn't take me a week to fill up one of those tidy cap buckets. Doesn't take me a week. Is Laney there? I didn't see her. Hey, Laney. Uh, Merry Christmas right back to you, dear. Oh, there's Backbeat Rhythm. How you doing, sir? I have found some incredible uh, people that do music that that's really impressed me. I, uh, I got, and some of these people that's doing music, I can take, if I like their music or something, I can use them on my videos because they don't have like a copyright on them or something. Oh, and I like that. And I've been working on I tell you what, I was shocked. I went, all three buckets was full, so I went to my oldest bucket to get a new bucket, and I was going to empty that in a pile that I have out there. And it was all the way, it was about 2/3 of the way composted down. So it looked pretty much ready. I was shocked when I seen that. So I dumped that one and took my one I had full. I set it out there and put some of that accelerator on that. Uh, so I was amazed at how fast it compost. Now you know what I'm looking at doing. I don't if I can afford it. They got a kitchen compost bucket that you set in your kitchen, and they and and what I like about it, you know what compost tea is? That's a liquid that comes in that stuff as it's making, and it's got a spigot down at the bottom that you can drain that compost tea out of that, to put, because that's something good to put on your plants, especially indoor plants. But I'm looking at getting one of those compost. They're $56, I think. They're on Amazon. And if I have that sitting, because I'm constantly having to watch the garbage, my family don't save me stuff unless I'm sitting there and I have to have. I need that because I keep finding stuff they put in the garbage, especially with orange peels and stuff like that. And uh, this, this when they make broccoli, they cut that hard stem off. I never cut the hard stem off of broccoli when I'm making it because I slice that hard stem up, and it's delicious too. And it's not hard when you could steam it, but I have to watch that. But I figure if I got that compost bucket sitting in there and it doesn't have any odor to it, especially if you put some of that accelerator on it, and it's sitting there, and maybe they'll start putting it in there because I hate it. And then like today, I've been cutting up cardboard, and putting it in my compost pile too. And I noticed today when uh, all them boxes and stuff that their Christmas stuff come in, she was over there burning it in the fireplace. I couldn't save that. I'm trying to read my. I went to my doctor. My kids have all full blown C19, no taste, no smell, and sick as heck. Boy, I swear, this thing is where more people's coming down with it that's got shots. I haven't heard of anybody coming down with it that's already had it. Uh, and I'm going to the doctor on the 3rd, and they better have me a booster shot. I'm fixing to raise holy crap when I get in front of that doctor because they just, hey Marty, I mean Paul, yeah Paul, those things are. I used to make a ton of them things. I had a furniture store, for custom built upholstery furniture that I actually built. All of that was reproductions, and the company that made my frames, they don't put them together when I order the frames from them. They're in a box and they're not assembled, and I have to assemble the frames. But they also made tables and stuff like that too, and I could assemble them things. And I made a ton of them things. And those casters, the old style casters, uh, you can buy those boxes of casters by the case, when you were using that stuff. And that's what tipped me off about that was those casters pretty much looked like that was a reproduction. But you know, even in the 70s, that's getting pretty old. But I'm thinking about stuff back 1900 stuff like that. But man, how you find so much? I, if I could find stuff like that, I wouldn't scrap. I would be buying stuff for resale, or not buying it but picking it up. I mean, you find just a ton of stuff that's just absolutely amazing that people throwing that stuff out like that. And I still ain't got over them DeWalt tools. Hey, God, amazing. But like I said, down here is different. If it's different stuff, you know, that's not don't have the quality of that stuff up there that you're finding. And maybe that's the difference. Some of these southern people, they don't throw anything away that that's got any value to it. Hardly ever. Sometimes I have found like a brand new vacuum cleaner still in the carton, stuff like that. Sometimes it's a hassle. It's a hassle for some. It You're not really set up to do that. I always was reselling stuff. I worked. Um, but you find some neat stuff. I swear. The new person is May, and she's so much welcome. And I hope she keeps coming back. I still I don't know what's going on with Naparuski. Maybe she's busy with the holidays, you know, and stuff like that. That happens every year though. And wait a minute, there's a message deleted by Willow House there. I didn't even see that. Uh, but you know what you're doing, Willow. Okay. Erica Salvador was hidden by Willow House here. Am I getting trolls on here? A lot of things I don't catch. Um, but I've still got to do my daughter's thing. She don't know. She knows I'm messing with the pictures, but she don't know what I'm doing. But her birthday was the 21st. I told her on that day. I said, 51 years ago, your mama was beating the crap out of me with that breathing thing they had strapped to her wrist, and she was taking breaths and stuff, and she was in labor, and every time she hit a pain, she'd pop me with that thing, not intentionally, but she beat the crap out of me. uh, well, I was set up, at one time, I was set up to have a I had a, I don't know if I ever told y'all about this or not. I had a building that I actually owned out in Spar, and I resold stuff all the time. That building was it was 100 foot by 75 foot, and when I bought the building, it was just half that size, and I immediately had had it more built on to it, and I was selling used furniture and lamps and stuff like that. And what I was doing, I was going to the Salvation Army. They had a sale every Saturday. No, it was during the week. I think it was like every Wednesday. And they were getting so much donated to them, they didn't have nowhere to put it. and they'd have an auction. You could go in there and buy all this used stuff, and you got some fantastic buys, and it was good stuff. And I had this, I actually had two trucks. There were U-Haul trucks. They were the long ones. I think they were like 28 foot. And me and my wife would go down there on auction morning. We'd have to leave about 3 o'clock in the morning because the auction was in Tampa. And we'd go in there and buy all that different things. And I was a sucker for lamps then. But I was even buying used bedding. I was buying all kinds of used furniture and lamps, appliances, and putting them. I had a used. Actually, it was a thrift store, but and I sold it all, and anything I could pick up curbside that was a good resale item, it went in the store. So I was set up for that. Uh, Good night, Laney. Appreciate you coming by, dear. But no, I was set up for that. And one time I went down there, and they had a lot. It was one lot, and it was nothing but paint, 5 gallon buckets, gallon buckets, half gallon, and it was all new stuff. And I filled my truck up solid with that paint. I bought the paint, and I sold it probably in about. Took me a couple of weeks, but I sold all of it. And I'm sure glad I didn't get stopped coming back with that paint, because I'm pretty sure I was probably overloaded. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I was overloaded. If I'd got stopped and weighed, I'd probably got a ticket. But I always come back with stuff like that. You never knew what you was going to get. I enjoyed that. My wife enjoyed it too. But when you got all that stuff, you have to load it. And there's always some guys standing around. You pay them a little bit, and they'll help load you out. So that worked pretty good. I don't know if they're still doing that or not. I just bought a sweet plain white Ralph Lauren blouse with the embroidered logo for $10. That sounds like a good deal. Now, I never did fool with clothes much. I fooled with baby clothes a lot, but I didn't display them or hang them out piece by piece. I put so many pounds in a container, and the people that work the flea markets and stuff, they would come by and buy the containers. I charged so much per pound, and I didn't price them individually or anything like that. And they couldn't go through there and pick them out and put them in another box. They had to take what was in the box. And I had people that were flea market vendors that bought a lot of that. A Lamb's End winter coat for 15. Uh, I bought one. Well, I didn't buy this. One time I was looking in a dumpster at an apartment complex, and turns out this girl, they were Mexican, and they were a couple, and they split up, and she went and took all of his stuff, all of his clothes. He liked those Western or cowboy boots, whatever you want to call them, and there was actually 2 pair of boots in there that I got $75 for 1 pair, and I can't remember what I got for the other pair. And all those clothes, and they were expensive clothes, but that all come out of the dumpster. And she was still bringing it out as I was taking the stuff out. And that's how I know what was going on. But I don't know if he ever found out what she did with them or not. But she sure, she was sure throwing that stuff out there. I've run across a couple of deals like that where people are throwing stuff out. I I actually found one time in a dumpster, people, this old man died, and the family was cleaning his apartment out, and they was throwing a lot of his World War II souvenirs and stuff out. I don't think they even looked in the boxes to see what they was. And the really high dollar thing I found in there was a 45 caliber, an Army issued 45 caliber, uh, 19 something pistol. That thing was worth about $400. And believe it or not, I give that thing away. I sure did. I wished I'd have kept it. Uh, I'd rather have that than what, of course, that thing, it was not small enough where you put it in your pocket like I do. Uh, but my daughter don't want no guns in the house, but you know, she wants to get a big dog. Well, big dog's all right, but you can't keep them in the house all the time. They got to have exercise and all that stuff. And ain't nobody can do that, and I'm not able to do it. And so she was saying, "Well, somebody come around here at night when me and Donovan at work, just you and Jay, and somebody break in or something. Y'all are in deep shit." But here's the thing: the other alternative is a gun, and uh, she don't like it. She don't like. If I had my druthers, just for in the house protection, it would be a 410 double barrel shotgun. Because I don't know who you are, how big you are, how tough you are. One shot of a 410 shotgun at close range is going to do some major damage. Uh, but you hope nothing ever happens like that, but you never know. You never know. And in this day and time, hey, Hoof, uh, that's going to be one of my, I get lucky sometimes today were mostly clothes I needed. Um, I wish I could still get out and drive. Napperooski don't think it's a good idea for me to drive. It probably isn't, but I just, used to, before I had COVID, if I need to go do something, I get in the car and go do it. Now, I don't have that option anymore. Um, and that scooter is a big help for me. But there's a lot of places I want to go that I can't go unless I get raise enough money to get that bigger scooter that I want to get. And so far I'm only around $250, something like that. And I don't know how to promote that thing. I don't know. And maybe I can figure something out. I don't know. But that my scooter, it's fairly decent size, but to get out here on some of these other places, if I run out of sidewalk and they don't have a bicycle lane on the road, you're just asking for a problem. cashmere herringbone scarf made in Scotland. Uh, I'll tell you something I found right before I got COVID. You know those Russian nest dolls, they call them? It's a big wooden doll. It's been carved out and painted and decorated and all that stuff. And it's got one a little bit smaller that goes down in that one and so on. It starts out there about that high. And then the last one is about like that. I found that. I found that in the on curbside one time. And I've noticed on this one video that Paul put up very recently, uh, as bad as I need buckets to put my compost in, he was at one place and looked like there was about 5 or 6 buckets stacked up there. Matter of fact, I commented I'd like to have. I like to go to Goodwill. That's where I like to buy my T-shirts. I've been wanting to get me one of those T-shirts that says I'm a COVID survivor. But I ain't no way in the world I'm gonna. That they want like $20 for the T-shirt and about $5 or $6 for shipping on it. I ain't gonna pay it, and I know there ain't gonna be none in places like Goodwill. Not yet. There may be in time goes by. Hey, Barbara. They have the virus now. Your friend Sue and her daughter and son-in-law has the virus. Oh man. Towards that one noise, it sounds like an airplane. Don't see many planes around here. Well, I see helicopters a lot, but planes. Every once in a while, John Travolta, he lives right down the road from here. Every once in a while, his plane will go over, and he lives in a place that's called Jambalaya, and they have a mile-long runway out there. And there was some guy, a wealthy guy, that built that had that built, because he had a big plane. He was always bringing in big stuff and everything, and he needed that plane, and that's why John Travolta built up there. But I hadn't seen him lately, or I hadn't seen his plane. But I don't think him and his daughter stays out there much anymore since his wife died. You know that their son died a while back. That Jet, I think, was his name, and his daughter and his wife. And since Jet died and his wife died, I don't think I don't know. I used to see every few days you'd see his plane go over, but not anymore. It did about a month ago. Hey, Darlene, how you doing, dear? I seen you on who was that? I was looking at somebody's channel, and you was on there. I can't remember who it was though. You want to go to the Scientology Center when I get down there and ask if many bar. He is one of those Scientologists. That's what I hollered at him when I was coming back when we still lived out in the country. I was coming up to a red light, and there he sat in this. Uh, I don't know if that was his wife or one of his kids in there with him, but he was in a convertible, and I'm thinking it was a Ford. I'm not sure. But and the top was down and all that. And, and I was like, oh, hey, Vinny Barbarino. Don't you reckon he gets tired of people doing that? But I ain't never got over that. My daughter asked me what kind of fool was I. Something is going on, Troy. I hope everything is okay. Um, but anyway, the year is almost gone. 2022 is coming up. And the year I was born, 1941, a person's life expectancy for a man was 63 point something years old. That was 1941. I looked at all the years after that, how it kept inching up a little bit. And now it says about 78. So uh, I'm way past, well, not way past, but I'm past the 78 for sure. I used to tell my brother when I hit 75, I figured I was in my bonus years. And I still figure I'm on my bonus years. Who is that? Who is people? I don't know who. Is he advertising something there, Willow? What is that? Okay, I guess it was. How come I'm getting a rash of these people all of a sudden? Trobox. Yeah, that's kind of like uh, somebody come on. Who else is a Scientologist? Tom Cruise. He's Scientologist. And that woman, what was her name? She played on. I can't think of the name of it. Her husband. She was a Scientologist, but she left them. She had it with them. Hey Terry. Terry sent me a beautiful Christmas card I got laying over there. Yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah, he was a Scientologist, and I've never particularly liked Tom Cruise. I didn't like him in that Top Gun. I did like him in the Rain Man. I like that movie, but I don't know. I just never liked any of his movies except Rain Man. And I don't like Jane Fonda. Uh, and I won't get into that because it's kind of political. But I just call her Hanoi Jane. And then y'all remember back then, you probably know what I'm talking about. Probably know what I'm talking about. The only one I recall ever seeing him in was Top Gun. Wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of his. Kurt Salla and Lisa Marie Presley and Leah Remini left, but Priscilla Presley still is. Uh, yeah, I didn't know Kurt Salla was a Scientologist, and Lisa Marie Presley and Leah Remini. That's the one I was trying to think of. But I got a problem with that church. I really do. But Priscilla, and I sure didn't know Priscilla Presley was. The Last Samurai. Yeah, he was in that. I remember that. I'd never seen the movie, but I remember he was in it. Putting my bloomers on the right instead of. The Jane Fonda, back when the Vietnam War was going on. Now, let me say this, bear in mind that the Vietnam War, back then I supported it. Now I don't know why in the heck we was ever in there to start with. But back then I supported it. And when you got your guys, your boys over there fighting and dying, and you go in there and cohorting around with the enemy, I got no use for that. Sorry, that bee can go. So I don't like, and I hate to say it, that's Henry Fonda's daughter, and I loved Henry Fonda. I don't know, bank smashed by a tornado. Something just popped up. Has there been a tornado? And Jane Fonda was in a movie. Who was she in? Was she in that movie 9 to 5? What movie was that she was in? But that was Dolly Parton and Lily Tomlin, and I loved Lily Tomlin. I loved Dolly Parton. Oh, but I think Dolly Parton probably is probably a Baptist or something like that. Lily Tomlin, I don't have a clue. Uh, 2 towns over from me, Tom Cruise filmed War of the Worlds and set up a Scientology recruitment center. Yeah. Anyway, oh, another tornado was yesterday. You know, I may have to get live TV again. I miss a lot of things, and especially local weather. I look on most of the time. I look on my computer, and I can pull up my local weather predictions and also pull up the radar. I always look at the radar to see if there's any rain in around before I go outside. And today was clear as a bell, but it was colder than the well digger's butt. Stanley and ours. Who's Stanley and ours, Lisa? I know one thing. I got to get out there tomorrow, and I got about half a dozen tomato plant cuttings that's rooted. I need to get them in the ground. I got some more golden dewdrops that's rooted. I got to get them in the pots. She regrets making such a stupid decision. Oh, she does? I didn't know that. Like the bank. Uh, I know I'm kind of anxious to see what my Social Security check is when it hits on the first, because we got that raise, and that's going to mean about $50 more on my Social Security check unless FEMA takes it. Because anything over $750 they get. So I don't know if that means they'll get it right off the bat or whether they'll catch it later on. I don't like Robert De Niro. Well, I better shut up about that. That might be talking about my politics. uh, I, I hate it when celebrities get out there and they start pushing their politics out there, because it seems like to me they would know that they're going to have some people that when they realize that their politics is not the same, they might be taking a chance of losing that fan. That's my thought anyway. They found Officer Kim Potter guilty today. I saw that. I'm not sure about the particulars about it, but I'm thinking well, I won't get into that because I'll be touching on politics again. So, hubby told me he needs new jacket for Christmas, so order one off Amazon 3 times. I hope it fits. I'll tell you what, boys. I want to show you something here. Look at my sleeves. Can y'all see that? This one's starting to do that too. And I love this jacket. It's the last gift that my wife got me. So that means it's about 14 years old. I hadn't I because our Medicare premium went up. Did it? Well, that sucks. That sucks. Medicare premium went up and so did our rent. Well, our rent ain't gone up. The part about now we're probably going to be paying more than the raise was. That sounds about right. You're 50 years old and bought Holy jeans on purpose. Well, Lisa, my daughter, she likes them Holy jeans. Well, I used to have to wear Holy jeans when I was a kid, but it wasn't because I wanted to. It's because they wore out. They couldn't afford to get me no more. Yeah, this sleeve, it's just disintegrated. But it's right now 14 years old, and I've wore it every winter. My daughter was with my wife today. She bought me this jacket, and I'm afraid to. I'm probably gonna wash it one more time and just hang it up. Get me some. Well, I got some. I got some zip up jackets. I don't particularly like them, but my daughter got me one the other day. But anyhow, folks, I appreciate all y'all being here for me. Uh, I probably will do another live on Saturday. That's Christmas Day. And let's see, what is the first? The first is on a Saturday, so Christmas Day it'll be a week. I ain't quite remembered. I'm hoping I can get out there and do another video. Anyhow, uh, I love all of you. I appreciate you coming by. And y'all have a nice Christmas. I probably won't be talking to you no more till Christmas. Uh, and I'll try to get up another video. I've got some things I want to do. Ow, my thumbs. Wonder what makes you. My thumb, I can bend it down and then it pops up. It don't want to go down. And my thumb's the same way. It's like the joint clicks when I move it. Anyhow, I appreciate it, folks. I'm on my YouTube live stream, so I ain't got no music to play. And don't forget the thumbs up, guys. I only see 9 thumbs up, and I got 12 in the house right now. Hit that like button. Merry Christmas, Lisa, and all the other fun. Thank you, Willow, for coming in. All right, folks, I'll see you. I'm out of here. Now, how do I? Oh, I go down here. Okay. And there we go.